Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to pop on here real quick and show you how I make my homemade chicken soup. I already put everything together. I should have did the video from the beginning, but just wanted to kind of show you my daughter's sick again. And she doesn't like the top ramen. It's not my favorite either, but when that's all I have, I do like top ramen. And when that's all I have, I'll put something hot in my stomach. I don't like the cup of noodles. My other daughter does love cup of noodles. And we have those in here. We have the cup of noodles and we have the top ramen packages. I like the top ramen packages. My kids like the cup of noodles, but today she's not feeling none of that. And of course, whenever we get sick, whether it's my children or my husband, I always make them a homemade chicken soup. So that's what I'm doing. This is like on the fly, you know, don't have time, at night. We didn't make chicken soup earlier, so this is what we pop in. So we have those just in case. But I'm making homemade chicken soup. So what I've added in here, the first thing I do is I put my water on the stove. And then I just kind of fill it up to about where it is right now, a little bit less because I'm going to be adding vegetables in it and the water's going to rise up. So I clean and cut my chicken up. If it's not already cut, like if I have drumsticks or if I have wings, I don't have to cut it up. Just clean it and pop it in there. These were big, huge breast sticks. They were these size. They were half breast. They're called half breast. They look like whole breast to me. So this is the size of the chicken. That's what I had. I had 2 packages of those. So what I did is after I cleaned it, I cut it in half and then kind of took a lot of the bone away, so she wouldn't have to worry about that. So I did like 3 pieces of those and put in here. So there's 6 chunks. Pretty big size, as you can. Well, this one's a small size right there. But some of them are pretty. Well, yeah, that's kind of the average size that it is after I cut it in half. And so I put the chicken in there. Then I put the seasoning. I put salt, garlic powder, and I put the sazón, which is these packets. It's like seasoning salt, but not. It's even better. It has all these seasonings together. We use it a lot for Puerto Rican food, and it's by Goya is the brand, Goya, and it's called Sazón, which is flavor, seasoning, that kind of thing. And so I put a packet of that in there, and then I just stirred it around. And as I was getting and I put it on like 8 to get it going, between 6 and 8 if you have an electric stove. Then I get it going, and as I'm doing that, I'm cutting up the vegetables. So I'm peeling the potatoes and then cleaning them off, and then I cut each potato in half. So I did 6 potatoes, which end up equaling 12, which is about this size right here. So after it's cut in half, that's pretty much the size of all the potatoes. And then, but I don't put it in yet. I put it in after the chicken has had time to simmer all the flavors and is boiling. So I put those clean cut potatoes to the side on a plate or a bowl, and then I get my carrots. I had baby carrots this time. Usually I have big carrots, and I just clean them, peel them, and then cut them into like 3 parts. This time I already had baby carrots, so this is the actual size that's in the packet. And I clean them and peel them as well. They're a little hard to peel because they're so tiny and they slip out of your hand, but I've been able to do it just well. So I had like a half a pack left, so it probably was like 15 baby carrots that I put in here. And so I also put that to the side. Once I saw that the flavors of the seasoning have simmered and it's boiling, then I added my carrots, and then like 5 minutes later I added the potatoes, because the potatoes cook really fast. So that's why you add them at the end. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes we'll put corn on the cob in there. I didn't have any corn on the cob, so I didn't put none this time. I like corn on the cob in my chicken soup. And then I put 1 whole onion, which is, there's an onion right there. 1 whole onion, I cut it in 4 parts, so it's throughout the soup. And then I just keep stirring every like 5 to 10 minutes. I'll stir it. Make sure that everything's cooking evenly and everything's getting all those rich, good flavors. I mean, you don't want to put too much seasonings. You just want to put your basic seasonings, which is your salt, your garlic powder, and some type of red seasoning. Like I said, Sazón is red. Some type of that type of seasoning. I wouldn't actually do seasoning salt, but I would do some kind of red flavor seasoning, and that's it. Usually I season my stuff with a lot of seasonings, but for this, because you want it to be as clean and as healthy as possible, you want it to have rich flavors, but you don't want it to be overpowered, because you just want the person to get just that basic, natural, good seasoning flavor, but a healthy meal. And so these are my potatoes and the chicken together. It looks so good. She's sleeping as we speak. She had a hard time during the night. She was up all through the night because she has asthma really bad. She's been admitted to the hospital a few times. This past November, she was admitted to the hospital, a couple of years before that. And then we've had the fires here in Northern California, so that affected her this past November. That put her into the hospital. It threw her asthma horribly bad. It gave her asthma attacks. It shut down her lungs. She was put in the hospital for 3 days this past November. 2 or 3 years before that, she was admitted for 5 days. She got severely ill. Her lungs were shutting down. They were giving her treatments every 15 minutes in the hospital, and her lungs did not want to respond. They were giving her prednisone, all this stuff. It was around Christmas time. She barely made it home for Christmas Eve. We wanted her to stay there if that's what it took, but she was crying. She didn't want to be in the hospital for Christmas Eve. The doctor let her go against his better judgment, but he said, anything happens, bring her right back. I'm like, no, keep her. We can have Christmas in the hospital. That's not a problem. I'll bring a small Christmas tree. We'll bring the gifts. We'll make the best of it, and it'll all be good. And then we could do something later when she's feeling good and healthy. We could do a little trip or a little something special at home. It's no big deal, but her health and her life comes first. So his heart just broke for her. So we brought her home, and we took our family photos, and she tried to participate, but you would see her sitting down and being exhausted immediately. Like she just was not strong enough. She had gotten better, but she wasn't strong enough. So whenever she gets sick, when any of us get sick, we really pay attention, and we really love each other even more. We spoil each other. We really take care of each other, whether that's with food, love, hugs, whether we snuggle with each other. That's just what my family is about. It's about a lot of love, and it's about being there for each other above and beyond. And so my daughter's 21 and she's in college. She couldn't even go to class today. So her and my other sister, oh my God, my other daughter have that one class together on Fridays. And so she was kind enough, and I mean, they're so close. They closer than close can get. They're bonded. And so they love each other, and they do so much for each other. So she said, I'll go to class. I'll let the teacher know. Don't worry about it. Just get some rest. So I really appreciated that. But she was up all through the night, just coughing and coughing and coughing, not being able to breathe. So she was constantly doing between the inhaler, the breathing treatment. I was getting up, just looking at her, making sure that we didn't need to take her to the hospital. If we had to take her to the hospital, we were going. But no, she didn't feel the need for that. But and so I gave her some cough medicine through the wee hours. But it kind of bothers me to really give her cough medicine, because I did that 3 years ago when she was admitted to hospital, because I thought she had like the flu, the cough, and so I was treating it as that, and I thought it's just complicating the asthma a little bit. But then she started not being able to breathe, and it was like and so when I was admitted to the hospital, he said he understood why I was doing what I was doing, because it's a cough, and that's what you're treating it for. You think it's the cold, the flu, the cough, so that's what you're supposed to do, normally do. But he said it's actually good for her to cough, because she's getting all that nasty stuff out, and giving her cough medicine kind of suppresses that. So on her case, it's not really good to give her cough medicine, but she's not as bad as that time, even though she's really sick. So I thought, okay, let me give it to her at least once, so that the cough can calm down and she can try to get some sleep. After that, we'll play it by ear, and then we'll just really focus on the asthma. And so finally, when I woke up, I went in there to check on her and let her know that the chicken soup is in the making. She was knocked out. Well, not knocked out, but she was asleep. Her breathing didn't sound that perfect, but she was breathing, so I just made sure she was good for a minute. I said, well, I'm not going to wake her up. I'm going to go ahead and let her rest and just continue to make the chicken soup. And just when she wakes up, she'll have some nice hot homemade chicken soup. Look, isn't that yummy? So yeah, that's what I do. So you just put your pot of water. Don't put it too high. It's about right where you see it at now. Clean, cut up your chicken, unless it's already cut up, like I said, drumsticks or wings, or the small breast. Then you don't have to worry about cutting it up. Put it in there, get it going between 6 and 8 if you have electric stove, between medium and high if you have gas stove. Start peeling or cutting up your vegetables, cleaning them, putting them aside. Once you see all these, and then when you put in your meat in the water, put all your seasonings. Like I said, I put basic seasonings, which is salt, garlic powder, and some red seasoning, which I put Sazón. You're cutting and cleaning up your vegetables and peeling them. Once you start seeing those flavors simmer and boil, you throw your vegetables in, and then every 5 to 10 minutes you come and you do this. You stir it, making sure everything's getting cooked evenly, everything's getting those flavors, how the chicken is looking. You're like, okay, you know when it's cooked and stuff. And then once you know that everything's cooked, like I'll put a fork through the potatoes to make sure they're cooked, and I'll test the carrots as well. And then you kind of lower the heat, and then you just let it simmer there. And you cover it. You can cover it like this is my cover to my pot. It's actually called a caldero. It's Puerto Ricans and Cubans and stuff. That's like the most expensive pots, the best pots. Such good quality, and it's good for cooking food. Where it doesn't burn and stuff like that. So this was passed down to me by my mom. So yeah, so once everything is cooked through and through, you lower the heat to about maybe 4 if you have electric stove, or low medium, and then you let it simmer, cover it up, let it simmer, and then within 10-15 minutes of that, it should be completely done and ready to serve. So I just wanted to tell you that. I wish I would have showed you step by step, but I didn't think of doing the video until the afterthought. So if I ever make it again, I'll probably take you step by step, but I think you get it by what I said and by what I'm showing you. So that's it. I look crazy. I just woke up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, got comfortable, because I sleep in like a t-shirt pajama, but it's really cold. So I'm like sleeping in pants. I'm in pants pajamas now, in case I had to go outside or anything. So yeah, so I look crazy, but that's how it goes when you're a mom and you're just trying to take care of your family. So I could put down the description of what I put in this chicken soup, but I'll see. But anyway, just wanted to kind of share that with you. Keep my daughter in your prayers that she gets better really soon. I had a lot of plans to do with her today. We were going to go shopping, and we were going to buy a lot of special things that I needed and stuff. I need a lot of stuff for the house, but it'll have to be on hold because she needs to get better, and I need to take care of her because I love her. So hope you get better, Carolina. If you see my video, I love you so much, and we're gonna get through this. So everybody, you guys have a great day. Be blessed, and into my next video. See you soon.